Hello everyone. My name is Vince and welcome to Yin Yoga. For this class, you'll need props like your bolsters and your blocks. Let's start by lying down on our back. As you lie down, try to bring your awareness to your body, starting from the feet. Bring your awareness to your shins, your calf muscles. Bring your awareness to your kneecaps. To your thighs. Bring your awareness to your groin, where your private parts are. Bring your awareness to your belly, where your vital organs are, the stomach, the digestive system. Bring your awareness to your chest, to your shoulders, to your arms and hands. Can you bring awareness to your neck, to your face, to the tongue, the eyes, the forehead? Can you observe your mind? Whatever beliefs, whatever thoughts we dwell on, whatever dreams, ideas that we have, becomes us. Bring your awareness to your heart. The feelings and emotions that enter, stay, and leave will determine your happiness or sadness in life. Allow yourself to feel those human emotions, but they don't have to stay. As they blossom, you can also watch them leave. As part of the weather of life, the cycles of life, discomfort may be inevitable, but prolonging these emotions is what makes us suffer. We can always choose to let go. Bring your awareness to your breath. Bring your awareness to your belly as it rises with each inhale, and as it drops back into the midline with each exhale. Can you try to bring the soles of your feet together, create a diamond shape with your legs? You can place props under the knees. For support, can you place your hands behind the head like you're relaxing on the beach? And we'll side bend to the right side. On your next breath, slowly try to bring the right elbow closer to the right thigh or the right knee. Feel the space. Feel the stress. Feel the stretch on the inner legs as well as on the left side of your body. The neck is not a target area here, so if you're holding unnecessary tension on the neck, you can just relax. Your facial expression and your breath can be a good gauge of the nervous system, how relaxed you are or how tense you are. Try to look at yourself from outside. Imagine yourself sitting or standing beside your body, watching your body. Are there areas that are receiving more punishment than it should receive? Maybe you can add more props, maybe you can support your body. Are there parts of your body that are holding consciously or unconsciously a lot of gripping? Try to relax, just try to soften. Are there areas in your body where you can introduce softness, like in your face, in your hands, and in your arms? Notice the obvious sensations of being here, as well as the subtle sensations that you will only be able to notice and discover as you soften, as you relax, and as you stay still. Please continue to just observe the breath. There might be a positive transformation now in the chemical reactions in your body. In the nervous system, moving from sympathetic fight or flight mode to a more relaxed parasympathetic rest and digest mode. Slowly, we're going to move our arms, our head, our shoulders back to center. We'll take a few breaths. And when you're ready, on your next breath, we will side bend to the left side.
moving your head, bringing your left elbow as close as it can be to the left thigh or the left knee. Notice the space on the right side of your body. Every story has a character. A character and a life. The character and the life is like a beautiful white canvas, blank, ready for the color, the creativity. And a story to fill the empty white canvas. Usually these characters are normal people just like us. They eat, they drink, and also just like us, they experience hardships, difficulties. And then these characters, as they experience the difficulties, either get lost or are awakened. During this time of being lost or awakened, maybe like that white canvas, the artist decides to make an abstract painting, and it will either look like it's just chaotic, or it depends. It can also look very beautiful. And this is usually also the story in our lives. There are two ways to look at our chaotic lives. We can either get lost and it'll look so ugly, or we can see the beauty, the potential, how valuable everything in our life is. Slowly, we'll bring our head back to center, followed by our body. We'll just lie down for a few moments here. Can you place your hands on the outside of your thighs? Can you slowly try to help the knees come up into this X shape, this constructive resting pose shape, just bringing our legs in this internal rotation, allowing our knees to kiss and rest, stepping our feet wide apart. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Similar to that painting, that you can choose to see the beauty in the abstract, if it's valuable or not. The same with our life, and the same with all the stories that we can see and watch around us. And if you see the beauty in life despite all the chaos, despite all the stress and the struggles, these normal characters transform into something better, something greater, something what those stories term as superheroes. And the same with those paintings. They become very valuable, they become auctioned, they become treasure pieces. And the same with our lives. We can either use the current circumstance to bring out the best in us, to bring out and unleash the superhero in us. Or we can continue to just feel less valuable than we really are or deserve to be. It's up to us. And the power lies in how we use our mind, how we use our heart, and how we use our power of choice. Slowly, can you bring the knees closer to the chest, hug the knees to the chest. This might be a good opportunity to remind ourselves of how valuable we are, that we are a masterpiece. Despite all our imperfections, we are unique. We are one of a kind. We may have our rough edges, but it can be smoothened from just being a regular rock. We can use stress to make us a beautiful diamond. Can you bring your knees closer to the armpits? Can you bend your knees? Point the feet towards the ceiling. Maybe you can reach for the shins or the ankles. Come into a happy baby pose. Feel the stress. Feel the space that you have created in the inner legs. Slowly release the legs. Can you tightly cross your left leg over the right? And can your right hand try to reach for the left ankle, and the left hand tries to reach for the right ankle. And we come into this lying down shoelace pose. Just relax here. Notice how we're now placing our hips in this internal rotation. Try to find areas where you can introduce softness, space. Notice your breath. Just notice your body. You don't need to really pull much. You don't need to exert so much effort. Once you find your edge, just relax and stay still. In stillness, we are able to see ourselves better and clearer. When our mind is all over the place, it's like there are waves in our mind. It's like we're in a beach with all of the thoughts, all of the emotions just being flushed into the shore. As we are able to spend this time of serenity, calmness, it's like we are on a still lake, able to see our own reflection. And not just our outward reflection, but we're able to check in within how we are truly feeling, how are we truly thinking, what is real and authentic within us. Slowly let go of your feet. Keep the legs as they are, tightly crossed. Can you kindly step your right foot on the mat? Can you gently move your hips to the left side? And we'll allow our knees to come down on the right side, coming into a twist. You can bring your arms out to the sides like a letter T or up and overhead. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the left shoulder. Notice your breath. Notice the heartbeat. Observe your mind and the sensations in your body. There is always a place and a time for everything. This is a lesson that the earlier we learn it in life, the happier we will become. Happiness not being defined as that bliss, that laugh, but happiness defined as contentment, as reconciling to the realities of life. Once we're able to honor and respect the seasons and timings in life, the more we can be at peace. Like during this challenging period of the pandemic, it's really a time of survival, a time of picking ourselves up, a time of working hard, tilling the soil, planting the seeds. Sadly, it's not the period or time for harvest, but that harvest will come once we plant the seeds today. There's a time for working out the muscles. There's a time for sweating. This time we invest this time for ourselves. This is really all about yourself, how the practice is serving you. It's not about the teacher, not what the teacher says. It's not a time to judge. It's at the time to turn inwards, just giving me a bit of that permission to guide you, to help you. So even as I speak to try to teach, the knowledge does not come from me. It comes from within you, where inner wisdom lies. Give your inner wisdom the permission to be heard. Slowly bring the arms beside you, and then we'll gently keep the legs as they are. Left leg wrapped over the right. We'll slowly help the knees come up to center, and then we'll allow our legs to come down gently on the left side, coming into your twisted roots. You can double bind, placing your left foot behind the right ankle. You can bring your arms beside you and feel the stress on the whole right side of your body, the right side of the legs. You can move the knees higher. Notice the space. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the right shoulder. All around us we see the key to the survival of all creatures is respecting the seasons, night and day, the wrath of nature when it rains, when it snows. And we consider the change of seasons as we adapt, as we shift, as we pivot. The best creatures are the ones who are able to save for the rainy day, so that they can feed not just themselves but their loved ones as well. And no creature is an island. Usually creatures help each other. We see that in big creatures, in creatures in the sky like the birds, and even the smallest creatures, even ants help each other. A lot of these inner wisdom and sense is within us. We just forget it along the way with all the noise, with all the chaos. Sometimes it's not just the wisdom that we miss, it's also the dreams. The dreams that were so clear when we were younger, but somehow gets washed away from our minds, from our hearts, from our beings. It might be good from time to time to try to connect back to what really gave you joy before in your heart, in your mind, in your being. What was most inspiring? What was most motivating? Slowly and gently, we can bring our arms beside us and try to help our knees come up to center. And then we will untangle our legs and extend our legs to rest for a few moments. Can you please bend your knees, hug the knees to the chest? And this time, can you tightly wrap your right leg over the left? Can your right hand try to reach for the left ankle or outer left foot? And can your left hand reach for the outer right foot? We come into our lying down shoelace pose. Open up the hips. Feel the healing that is taking place in this moment. The loving kindness that you are giving to your joints, into your body, the compassion that you're infusing into your being. Notice the stress on the hips. Notice the softness in your body. The world needs you. And you need all the internal and external resources available to strengthen yourself, to take care of yourself, so that you can weather all the storms of this season, all the difficulties in life that it brings. A lot of people outsource that strength. So it's good you turn inwards to try to insource that strength, to try to draw it from within, from this sustainable source. And the more compassion that you give yourself, the more you see naturally this energy comes out. We don't force it, we don't squeeze it. We cultivate it. Always treat yourself with a high level of kindness in mind, in heart, and in body. Try to be your own best friend. Try to reconnect with your heart, with your mind, with your body. No one else can unleash that energy within you but yourself. No one can liberate you from your internal suffering but yourself. Slowly we'll step the left foot on the mat. We'll gently move the hips to the right side. We're going to bring our arms out to the sides and gently allow our knees to come down on the left side. Come into this reclined, cross-legged twist. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the right shoulder. Just try to relax, try to soften. A lot of people outsource how they can improve their lives for the better. But only we can improve our lives for the better by everything that we do today, by all the choices, by how we use our time, what we do, and how we are. Once we reconcile with that idea of being responsible, our ability to respond, our accountability and ownership for our lives. It's okay, Pepper. It's okay, Pepper. Once we reconcile to the fact that life requires us to be accountable and responsible, can we unleash that power within us towards our own betterment? Not relying on others, not being helpless, not constantly blaming our past. But always moving forward, knowing that all around us, people who are even at worse circumstances were able to grow, to insource the strength, to overcome all the challenges. This courage that we need requires us to really turn inwards. To tap into that inner strength that we have in our minds and in our hearts. You can bring your arms up overhead if this works better for you. In order to use our heart and our mind properly, one of the good techniques and ways is to be calm. Otherwise, when we are stressed, we are not ourselves. When we are mad and angry, it brings out a different energy, a destructive energy. Whenever we're calm, we are at our best. Slowly bring the arms beside you. Gently, we're going to try to bring the knees back to center. You can place props on the right side. You can move your hips to the left, and we'll gently allow the knees to come down on the right side. You can double bind, placing your right foot behind the left shin. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the left shoulder. You can move your knees higher and notice how this twisted roots feels, the sensation, the stretch, the space. You can bring your arms up overhead. So just like any person looking at a painting, the example that we had earlier, everything depends on how we see things. Our perception of things, the meaning that we place on circumstances and events. It's good if we have that ability to reframe and find the beauty in things. That is usually the key to the success and happiness of many human beings. The beautiful thing is that when we are able to cultivate stillness, change ourselves to become more peaceful, more compassionate and kinder, how we see the world also changes. So as we connect to the peace within ourselves, we slowly see the world being more peaceful for us. We are able to create a kinder world, a more compassionate world. And as we become more appreciative within, we see how the miracles of life are multiplying. We get to see more blessings. We get to enjoy our life. Notice the space on the left side of your body. Feel the sensation, but make sure it's not too intense. Just relax. Even if we consciously try to relax, try to let go, notice the improvement in the body, in how you feel. Allow all the healthy stress that we gave our body to soak, to heal our tissues. Slowly bring the arms beside you. We'll gently bring the knees back to center. We'll untangle our legs. We'll spread our feet wide apart. We'll bring our arms beside us, our palms facing up. We rest in awareness. In our Savasana. Slowly bring awareness back into your bodies. And you gently introduce movements to your fingers and toes. Rotate your ankles and wrists. Gently move the head from side to side. Bring yourself, your arms up and overhead, your legs together. Lengthen, stretch. Can you bend your knees, hug the knees to your chest? Can you bring your left arm up? Allow the knees to come down on the left side. Use your left arm as a pillow. And when you're ready, use your right hand. Slowly push your body to come up. Come into a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms together in heart center if you wish. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. It is always an honor. The light in me bows down to the light in you. I wish you an abundance of wealth, health, happiness, peace, love, joy, all the good things to flow into your lives, into your hearts, into your homes. Please stay safe,
Please stay strong. Namaste.